Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Zombies in Spaceland tutorial. Now today I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can build the DISCHORD wonder weapon within Zombies in Spaceland. This is one of 4 different buildable wonder weapons on the map, and then obviously we have the Forge Freeze as well. So there's going to be 3 different parts that you need to obtain in order to get yourself the DISCHORD. Now the first part is the battery. Now in order to obtain yourself the battery, you need to have gotten yourself the shades. You just get them by killing zombies and a random power-up will spawn on the map, and you want to pick up these shades. Now when you have the shades on at any given point in time, whenever a zombie hits you, it will then knock your shades off onto the ground. If that ever happens, you just want to press square X or F to pick back up these shades. But when you have these shades on, there's going to be these 5 different targets that will randomly spawn around the map, and you need to shoot all 5 of them with one of your weapons. Now in the background I'm going to be showing you guys all 5 locations of where I saw the target spawn within my game, but as I said, they're going to be random every single game, and there are a ton of locations for where these targets can spawn. Now thankfully a guy called Toroyan over on Reddit made a Reddit post detailing every single spawn location for where these targets can spawn. As I said, in the background you're going to see where they spawn within my game, but I'm going to read off right now all of the possible spawn locations. So within the spawn there's going to be one location at the top of a hedge, the other location will be in the junction hanging over the deposit ATM, the other location is going to be under the bridge going to Polar Peak, the next location is to the left of the giant mouth of the roller coaster, and you can see this from the bridge. Now within the arcade, this is where the most locations are. One of them is going to be above the power switch parallel to the ceiling, another one's going to be inside one of the claw machines on the bottom floor, another one's going to be inside the window on the top floor, side closet to the prize desk, another one's going to be behind the cardboard cutout of the alien across from the prize desk, the other one's going to be behind the prize desk laying on the floor, the next one's going to be on the top of the floor in the trash can against the demon attack game. Now that's all of the ones that can be found within the arcade. Now in terms of the back of the arcade, one of them is going to be hanging from the furthest booth in the alleyway, and the next one's going to be inside the bumper car area tucked behind the cars piled up in the corner. Make sure you don't get run over by the bumper cars whilst you're down here, by the way. And the next location is going to be found between the arcade and Polar Peak. It's going to be tucked away in a corner of the mountain, seen from the U-turn part of the catwalk, beside a Yeti monster hiding in the cave. As I said, huge thanks to Reddit for providing all of that. So they're all the locations for where these targets can spawn, and you need to shoot all 5 of them within your game whilst looking through your shades, otherwise the targets won't be there if you don't have the shades on. Once you've shot all 5, you want to make your way over to the arcade, and there's going to be a battery that will spawn in the middle of the Astro Arcade dance floor. So you just want to press square X or F to pick up that battery. Now there's going to be 2 other parts that you're going to need to obtain. Now this next part is very easy to obtain because this one's going to be located within the Astro Arcade as well, within its souvenir exchange. Now you need to insert 1 blue token, 1 green token and 1 red token into the souvenir exchange system within the Astro Arcade. You can do this in any particular order. You don't need to insert those 3 coins in that order. You can do it in any order. By the way, all of these 3 parts can be collected in any order as well. Now after you've inserted those 3 coins into the souvenir exchange, you will then be granted with a toy disco ball, which you can then press square X or F to pick up that part. Now after you've gotten yourself that part, the third and final part can be obtained by getting yourself a toxic arcane weapon. But before you go ahead and get yourself a toxic arcane weapon, you first of all need to go over to the arcade and you need to purchase yourself some golden teeth for 300 tickets. Now that you have these golden teeth, what you need to do is you need to lure a brute zombie, a brute boss zombie, whenever it spawns on the map, over to the Kepler system to where there's obviously the crocodile's mouth. And what you need to do is you need to time this very precisely, but you want to lure the brute into the mouth right when the mouth closes. Now if you can do this correctly, it may take a few attempts, and make sure the mouth doesn't close on you, otherwise you'll instantly die. But if you time this correctly, the brute will then put his hands up, which will then destroy some of the teeth from this crocodile, and then all you now need to do is go up to the crocodile and you can press square X or F to where the teeth have now been broken, which will place the golden teeth within the crocodile's mouth. Obviously after the brute has destroyed these teeth, you can go ahead and kill the brute whenever you want. Now as soon as you've placed the golden teeth within the crocodile's mouth, this machine will then appear within the inside of the mouth, and this will require you to, as I said, have a toxic arcane weapon. Now in order to get yourself a toxic arcane weapon, you need to go over to the Pack-a-Punch area of this map. If you don't know how to get here, There's tons of tutorials on YouTube, but once you've gotten yourself over to the Pack-a-Punch, you want to press square X or F on this vase, which will then unleash 4 different rockets, which will then fly out of the Pack-a-Punch area, and they're going to go to 4 different traps around the map, and each different trap will allow you to get a different type of elemental weapon upgrade. So as soon as you've set those rockets free, you want to go back over to the arcade, or the Astro Arcade, and you'll notice that you'll see one of the rockets will now be above the dance floor trap within the Astro Arcade. Now all you need to do is you need to activate this trap, and you need to get a ton of kills, a ton of zombies kills with that trap. It's easiest to train outside of the Astro Arcade and then lure them into the Astro Arcade. That's probably the easiest way to do that. But after you've gotten a certain amount of kills with this trap, you'll notice that the rocket will no longer just stay by this trap, and it will then start flying around the entirety of the Astro Arcade area. Now once you do this, you need to purchase the arcane attachment for one of your weapons from one of the ticket booths, and once you purchase this for 300 tickets, you need to start getting kills by this rocket that will be flying around the Astro Arcade with that weapon that has the arcane attachment. If you don't have the arcane attachment, souls won't collect into the rocket. Now there's a fair amount of kills that you need to collect in order to get yourself the toxic arcane attachment, but after you've gotten a ton of kills by this rocket within the Astro Arcade, eventually a little toxic elemental upgrade will then fall from the rocket onto the ground, and you can then press square X or F on that, which will then attach that toxic elemental attachment onto your weapon that has the arcane attachment. Now once you have done this, you want to make your way back over to the Kepler system, to where you have obviously now gotten the golden teeth, and to where that machine is. You'll see that there'll be 4 little tabs on the top of it, and you just want to shoot all of them with your weapon with the elemental toxic arcane attachment. In doing so, one of them will actually break, only one of them, and you want to go over to that and then press square X or F, which will then pick yourself up the toxic emerald part, which will be the last part for the Discord wonder weapon on Zombies in Spaceland. So now all you need to do is make your way back over to the Astro Arcade, and you'll see this little alien cutout, and all you need to do is you want to place all 3 of your parts that you've just collected for the Discord into this little alien, and that will then grant you with the Discord wonder weapon, which will swap out your whatever weapon you've got within your hand. Now after you've done this, the Discord will then get put within the mystery box or the magic wheel or whatever you want to call it, so other players can go ahead and get it, or if you swap out this weapon, you can get it back from the magic wheel. It's a very, very good weapon in my own personal opinion. It's very, very powerful, and I'm just going to leave you guys with a bit of gameplay so you can see what it sounds like and how it plays and stuff like that and everything like that. So without further ado, hopefully this tutorial has been useful. So anyways, thank you for watching and enjoy the footage.
Y'all don't wanna battle me? Don't need no peep the Tom. Yeah, this place is fresh.